The cerebrum is the largest portion of the brain, and it is sometimes called the seat of intelligence. And that's because it gives us the ability to read, write, think, speak, to remember the past, plan for the future. It also interprets information that we receive from our senses, and it also initiates motor signals that go out to our muscles. The cerebral cortex is the outer layer of the cerebrum, and it's made of gray matter. You can see it shown here. As we can see, the cerebrum consists of a lot of convolutions. In other words, they consist of hills and valleys. The hills, the upper portions, are referred to as gyri, plural, or gyrus, singular. Sulci are shallow indentations, whereas fissures are deeper crevices. The longitudinal fissure is what separates the two cerebral hemispheres from each other. So here we can see a sulcus, whereas here we have a fissure. Another portion that you can't see externally is called the Corpus Callosum. That's this whole region right here. This is what allows the two hemispheres to communicate with each other. As mentioned earlier, there are 4 lobes of the cerebrum, and these correspond to the bones of the skull. We have the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Another portion of the brain is called the limbic system. This is what is called sometimes the emotional brain, since it governs the emotional aspects of behavior. Here we can see the limbic system. There's a variety of components of the limbic system, and you can read about those in your textbook if you're interested. One particular part of the limbic system is the hippocampus, and an interesting thing that's mentioned in the textbook is that the hippocampus functions in memory. People who have damage to certain parts of the limbic system forget recent events and cannot commit anything to memory. Also, in certain animals like cats, if you stimulate certain portions of the limbic system, it'll cause them to get angry, or the animal will express extreme pleasure or intense pain.